Schmo with the pro with the number 6 UFC Lightweight Beneil Dariush inside your garage. How we doing?
Doing good. Bro, that never gets old. Literally never gets old. I'm ready for it, and it still gets me.
You just beat the Schmo Monopoly. In fact, actually, the Schmo and you both lost. Sore feelings.
Yeah, that was bad, bro. Yeah. You talked a pretty big game, though, man. I'm kind of surprised.
You gave away all the oranges, all the pinks. You took the Schmo strategy.
It wasn't me.
I had trades.
I took the greens. Okay. I took the greens. Anyways, it is what it is.
Well, the Schmo was the first to build houses on those yellows, but listen, man, it just couldn't compete with the oranges.
I had the electric, what is it?
The worst monopoly in the game, the utilities.
I had the first monopoly, so, yeah. Just bad luck.
Of course, just bad luck. And speaking of bad luck, we saw you at Bellator last night, cornering 2 of your guys. You didn't get the results you were looking for, though.
No, unfortunately, we didn't. But, you know, I saw something amazing from both guys, and that means a lot. Because if I was a coach, which I'm not yet, what I saw in these guys, it's something that I can build on. Like, you guys saw Spike fight. It's I never have to worry about him giving it 100% in there. That's huge. Having that is something that you could easily build off of. And for Spike right now, it's really just building his foundation on the basics. Focus a lot on the basics, especially wrestling. Get him on the wrestling mat, and I think he'll be a contender soon.
And AJ McKee is at one point the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter in Bellator. I think he's number 3 right now, and he was making his lightweight debut in that promotion. But talk to the Schmo for a second, man. You got a big fight coming up. You're going to Abu Dhabi in what, a week's time? The juices must be flowing.
Yeah, I'm leaving in like 6 days, I think, 7 days, and man, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. My daughter's just laughing at me too. We're all going, actually. We're going as a family. So the only thing I'm not looking forward to is that 20-hour plane ride with Alva.
That's going to be dangerous. She's ready for her flight, right, Alva?
Yes, Alva, no? That's just Papa.
Daddy's girl for sure.
Yeah, definitely. She won't leave me alone. That's by design. I've made sure I'm the favorite. Worked very hard.
Yeah. Well, you're an alternate for the main event. We got Charles. We got Islam. 2 guys you were once booked with and 2 guys you once were preparing for. For the short amount of time you were preparing for these men, did you have more confidence over the other in preparations for one of them in the short amount of time you were preparing to fight each man?
I was confident I could beat both, but the preparation was so different. For Charles, I was planning on meeting his intensity and just walking him down, basically. For Islam, I had to be ready for all the feints and be able to deliver the same amount of feints, circle, be in the right place, because octagon control was going to be very important with him. So all these things in mind, you know, it really is about who controls the distance for these 2 guys, who's going to win the fight. So I wouldn't say I'm more confident in either one guy. It's really a 50-50 at this point. At first I was leaning towards Islam, but I don't even know about that anymore.
So let's say you get your hand raised October 22nd, UFC 280, Abu Dhabi. We got your name in the hat for next in line for the title shot. I know Michael Chandler and Dustin Poirier chomping at the bit to get their opportunity again. But another guy in the featherweight division who's been talking about going up as Alexander Volkanovski. What if the UFC allows him to fight for the title and they skip you again, Beneil?
So my thing with that is, it's like, he actually does have the credentials, but what I don't understand is, like, bro, holding 2 belts is not the same thing. Like, for Amanda Nunes, she can defend both belts. But for him to do that, he's got to be fighting every 3 months. And it's like, you want to be double champ, but you got to put in the work for it too. So if he's willing to vacate the 145, I think it makes sense. If he doesn't want to vacate, it honestly doesn't make sense.
Right here to put the logic in order. Let's talk about some grappling. Let's talk about some hype. Bo Nickal, he got the contract. We saw him on Contender Series not once but twice. What do you make of his rise and his popularity and comparing it to Khamzat Chimaev's? And if both those 2 were to engage, who do you favor between the wrestling and the grappling skills?
I mean, grappling, I think you have to go with Bo Nickal. He's a better grappler. But the thing is, here, let me put the hurt down. I think the thing with him, with Khamzat, is I think he's got more power. And don't get me wrong, I've seen Bo Nickal knock people out too. So it's experience too. I think Khamzat has more experience. He's been in the MMA game longer. So if they were to fight at this moment, I would say Khamzat. If you give it a year or two, I think I would say Bo Nickal, because you have to understand, a guy like Bo Nickal is going to have great growth. So I would lean towards him.
And how do you compare the hype between the two of the men?
The hype is real for both. The hype is real for both. And think of it like this. The way Khamzat fights, he always comes in and wrestles first. I know he talks about striking and whatnot, but he always grapples first. Bo doesn't do that. He'll stand with you, and then he'll grapple. So it's really going to be who's going to develop that second part of their game, who's going to develop striking faster and go further with it. Because if they end up fighting each other, a lot of it will be stand-up.
Two top dogs on your fight card in the welterweight division, Belal Muhammad and Sean Brady. Belal Muhammad, he's already over there in Abu Dhabi and in Dubai. He's training with Khabib. Khabib's going to be cornering him. What do you make of Khabib cornering Belal Muhammad?
I mean, it's good for him to have a Khabib. I heard Khabib's like over 200 pounds. I don't know if that's true, but over 200 pounds, that's a great training partner to have. I feel like Khabib is probably the same weight as Brady and the same height. So body-wise, it's like the perfect guy to have for training. That being said, man, Sean's good.
Undefeated.
Yeah, so we'll see how that fight goes.
Do you favor one over the other?
I would lean towards Sean Brady just because I've seen him grapple. I think his grappling is very strong. And then their striking, I would say their striking is probably pretty even, but I would say grappling Brady.
So we know how you got on the mic over in Houston, talked about your Tesla, called out Elon Musk. Can we get on the mic and call out for that title shot, getting your hand raised October 22nd, Beneil?
I got a few things I want to talk about, but I'm going to keep that one in my pocket. So just keep it to myself till then.
But we for sure will have a call out on the mic.
We will have a call out on the mic for sure.
You heard it here, folks. And can we get a final message for all the Beneil Dariush fans out there worldwide?
Love you guys. It's weird to have people like support me the way they do, but I love you. I appreciate it. And it's time, man. Let's get after it.
He's the pro. I'm the Schmo. Anaheim, California. We're out.